So, good morning, students. Today we are going to start a very important and very easy topic, infinitive and gerund. Let's see. Infinitive. So, there are various types of the verbs, and infinitive is one of them. So, sometimes the form of a verb in a sentence names the action but does not change according to the tense, number, or person. And such a form is known a non-finite form or an infinitive form. So an infinitive is used with or without to. So there are two types of infinitives, and in the examination, we are asked to identify most of the time the infinitive with to. We are asked to find, we are asked to tell the infinitive with to. So let's see. Examples. How did people first begin to drink tea? So here to drink is an infinitive form because to drink does not change according to the subject, according to the tense, according to the person. So infinitive is that form of verb which comes with to and sometimes without to, and it doesn't change according to the subject and the verb or according to the person or number. So here is another example. Can you name the beverage? And here can is modal auxiliary. So infinitive without to occurs with the modal auxiliary verbs. Okay. So here I have also mentioned finite verbs. The verbs which change according to the subject, according to the person, or according to the tense. So I go to school. Here go is a finite verb because it changes according to the subject. When we change I into he, then it will be it will be uh, it will become goes. Okay. Then if I change I, or if I change that sentence into past tense, then it will be went. Okay, just a minute. I will see. I will again share my screen. Your screen sharing. Okay, I will again share the screen. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. Now, is it visible to you? Can you see my screen? Okay, okay. Thank you. Good. So here to drink and name are the infinitives, and go, goes, and went are the finite verbs. Okay. So let's move to the next slide. So here finite infinitive with to. We use infinitive with to express our expression. So we use it, just a minute, to express a reason or purpose. We use infinitive with to. He ran fast to catch the bus. Here, to catch is an infinitive form of the verb. Then, after adjectives, we use infinitive form after the adjectives. So, this safe is easy to break open. Here, easy is an adjective form. Then, we use to break after adjective. Okay. After some verbs to be able to can't wait. Just I am unable to see the screen due to the chat box. Okay. Decide. Then expect, forget, manage, promise, remember, forget, want, would like, etc. So after these words, we use infinitive forms after these verbs. Now, let's see infinitives without to. And we use infinitive without to after modal auxiliary verbs. That is after the modals we have seen in the second example. So you should study hard. Here should is modal auxiliary and study is infinitive form. We call it bare infinitive or infinitive without to. So we use the infinitive form without to after the verbs like let, make, and help. For example, let's go shopping. Help me carry my books. So here carry is an infinitive form without to. So negative forms of the infinitive. Infinitives that is with to. So I don't want to go shopping. Here don't tells us that the sentence is in the negative form and to go is an infinitive form. So infinite infinitives without to. I want to go shopping. So after modal auxiliaries, we can see here go and the sentence is obviously negative. So let's move to the next slide. Underline the infinitive in the following sentences. So it was funny to read words. It was funny to read words that stood still. Here, I have not underlined, but yes, you can find out the infinitive form in the sentence and tell me which is the infinitive. Yes, you are right. To read is an infinitive form. Good. So let's move to the next sentence. Can I read the book? So in the second sentence, yes, read is the infinitive form. Good. Let's see the third sentence. To be or not to be, that is the question. To be or not to be, that is the question. And here to be is an infinitive form. To be is an infinitive form. So there are two to be's. So those two to be's are the infinitive forms. Next, I like to swim. I like to swim. Yes, you are right. Yes, to swim is an infinitive form of the verb. Good. They decided to visit the fort. And yes, good. You have written the answers in the chat box. To visit is an infinitive form. Good. So connect the following sentence using the infinitive of the underlined word. So here one example is given. They bought a dog. Full stop. It protected their home. And we are told to connect these two sentences into a simple sentence. And we have to use the infinitive form of protected. Yes, your answers are correct. They brought a dog to protect their homes. So here we removed it, we removed full stop, and we used to protect in the sentence and we connected the sentence. Good. Let's see the next example. Now let's move to the next topic, that is gerund. As infinitive comes with ing, the gerund form always comes with ing. Sorry, the infinitive form comes with to. Okay, and the gerund form comes with ing. So when the ing form of a verb is used as a noun, it is known as gerund or verbal noun. So here ing form of the verb, remember this ing form is never the main verb. It is the ing form and it is used as the noun in the sentence. It functions as a noun, though it is the participle form, present participle form. And we can find another main verb in the same sentence. So in the same way, gerund, these gerunds are also do not change according to the subject or tense or number. For example, the fighting went on. Good, yes, verb plus ing. Gerund, in a very simple way, we can describe gerund, verb plus ing. Ing form of the verb, but it is not the main verb of the sentence. Here, the fighting is a noun. Gerund, the fighting is used as a noun and went is the main verb. So, the fighting went on. Let's move to the next example. Here we see that the ing form of the verb fighting is used as the subject in the sentence the fighting went on, and it does a work of a noun. So the ing form, but it is the gerund. It functions as the noun. So it is known as gerund form of the verb. Now read the following examples of gerunds. Gardening is an art. Here, gardening is the example of gerund. Good. Gardening is an art. Yes, playing is my hobby. Good. You have written nice sentences in the chat box. Good. Cooking is a science. Yes, cooking is gerund form. So, cooking is a science. Let's see the next example. We usually use the gerunds for. So we use gerunds for likes and dislikes. We use gerunds to tell the likes and dislikes. For example, I love shopping. I love dancing. Yes, dancing is my hobby. Good, dancing is an art. Good. So let's see the next example. General activities. We use gerunds for telling the general activities. I am good at dancing. I am good at dancing. Dancing. So gerund is the ing form of the verb. So let's see the next example. Abstract ideas. I am not used to working. So I am not used to working. Here, I am not used to working late. Here, working is gerund form of the verb. Let's see, when there is no noun to describe something, we use the gerund as the subject. So catching the train during peak hour is really annoying. Here, catching is used as gerund form. So let's see the next slide. We use the gerund as the subject of a sentence. For example, flying makes me nervous or flying makes me happy. Here it is used as the subject. As the object of the sentence, we use gerund as the object of the sentence. I find listening to music very relaxing. So here listening is a gerund form, listening to music. Okay, let's see the next. After prepositions, the police arrested her for speeding. So for, after the preposition for is the gerund form. After phrasal verbs, she ended up going to the prison. So ended up is a phrasal verb, and after that phrasal verb, we have used the gerund form. So let's see the next example. After words for expressing likes and dislikes. For example, after the words for expressing like and dislike, can't stand, crazy about, enjoy, hate, keen on, love, don't mind, prefer. So we mostly use the gerund form after these words. I love skydiving. And the negative form. Gerunds and infinitives form the negative with not. So gerunds, for example, I don't like shopping. I don't like dancing. In this way, we use gerunds with negative form. Let's see the next example. These verbs can be followed with either the gerund or infinitive. So with two, with no difference in meaning. So here there are some examples which can be followed by gerund or infinitives, and the meaning doesn't change. Begin, continue, prefer, and start. So after these verbs, if we use gerund or infinitive, the meaning remains same. For example, I prefer doing yoga. Or we can say the same sentence using the infinitive form. I prefer to do yoga. Here, doing is the gerund form and to do is the infinitive form. But though we have changed the gerund and the infinitive in the sentence, there is no change in the meaning. Okay, let's see. Next example. Connect the sentences using gerund form of the underlined word. Asmita bought a gift. and she gave it to her mother. Now, here two sentences are given, and we have to make just one sentence. Here we have to write one sentence, and here using the gerund form. For example, Asmita bought a gift, and we have to write the answer she gave, and we will remove that pronoun she, and we will use for giving. Asmita bought a gift for giving it to her mother. Yes, someone asked doubt to do. So here do is the main verb in the sentence. Okay, in the last time I told you that do, to have, and to be. These verbs are the primary verbs, and they functions as a main verb as well as helping verb. And in the sentence, do is the main verb. Okay, now move to the next example. We should protect the environment. We should protect the trees. It is for our future. Okay, I will explain it slowly. So we should protect the trees. या वाक्यामध्ये हे वाक्य आहे, we should protect the trees. ओके, स्लो घेऊया, मग हरकत नाहीये, मग राहिलेला आपण पुढच्या तासाला घेऊ शकतो. मग जेरंड आणि इन्फिनिटिव्ह. जेरंड जेव्हा असेल तेव्हा आयएनजी फॉर्म असतो आणि तो नाऊन असतो. नाऊन म्हणजे नाम म्हणून तो फंक्शन करतो. मग या वाक्यात बघा, पहिलं वाक्य वी शुड प्रोटेक्ट द ट्रीज, आणि दुसरं आहे इट इज गुड फॉर अवर फ्युचर. आय एम अनेबल टू सी ड्यू टू द चॅट बॉक्स. जस्ट मिनिट. ओके, हा, आता आपल्याला प्रोटेक्ट वापरून हे वाक्य करायचंय, पण जेरंड फॉर्म वापरायचंय. सो आवर आन्सर येस, प्रोटेक्टिंग द ट्रीज. प्रोटेक्टिंग द ट्रीज इज गुड फॉर अवर फ्युचर. आता ह्या वाक्यामध्ये प्रोटेक्टिंग हे आपण काय म्हणून वापरलं, जेरंड म्हणून वापरलं. आणि हे वाक्य एक झालं, दोन वेगवेगळ्या वाक्याचं हे सिंपल सेंटेन्स झालं. हे आपल्याला 12वीला पण विचारू शकतात. मेक सिंपल सेंटेन्स, मेक कंपाऊंड सेंटेन्स अँड कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेन्सेस. ओके, मग या ठिकाणी आपण प्रोटेक्टिंग घेतलं, आयएनजी लावलं आणि आपण एक सेंटेन्स तयार केलं. सो जेरंड इन अ व्हेरी सिंपल वे. जेरंड म्हणजे काय, तर आयएनजी प्रत्यय असणारा क्रियापद, पण ते नाउन म्हणून फंक्शन करतं. त्या वाक्यातलं वेगळं क्रियापद असतं. आता हे जे वाक्य आहे लास्टचं, त्यामध्ये इज हे मेन वर्ब झालं आणि प्रोटेक्टिंग हा नाउन आणि सब्जेक्ट झाला त्या वाक्याचा. ओके, आणि इन्फिनिटिव्ह म्हणजे त्याच्याबरोबर टू असतं. आणि याचं वैशिष्ट्य परत एकदा मी रिपीट करतो, इन्फिनिटिव्ह किंवा जेरंड हे नामाप्रमाणे, क्रियापदा काळाप्रमाणे, व्यक्तीप्रमाणे बदल होत नाहीत, आणि म्हणून त्यांना इन्फिनिटिव्ह म्हणतात. आणि जेरंड हे नाउन म्हणून फंक्शन करतं, जरी त्याला आयएनजी असलं तरी, कारण त्या वाक्यामध्ये दुसरं मेन वर्ब असतं. आपल्याला जेरंड ओळखायला सोपं असतं. त्या वाक्यात दुसरं वर्ब असेल तर तो आयएनजी वर्ड काय असतो, तो आयएनजी वर्ड तो gerund असतो. So these verbs can be followed with either the gerund or infinitive, but the meaning is different. आता ह्या वाक्यात जर आपण वापरलं gerund किंवा infinitive तर त्या वाक्याचा meaning बदलतो. इथे चॅट बॉक्स मध्ये प्रश्न विचारलाय, विदाउट टू चा इन्फिनिटिव्ह वर्ब कसा ओळखायचा. हा, त्याच्या अलीकडे मॉडल ऑक्झिलरी असतं, मॉडल्स असतात. आणि दुसरी गोष्ट लेट, मेक आणि हेल्प. यानंतर जर वर्बचा फर्स्ट फॉर्म त्या ठिकाणी आला तर तो त्या ठिकाणी जेरंड इन्फिनिटिव्ह फॉर्म असेल, तो त्याला आपण बेअर इन्फिनिटिव्ह पण म्हणतो. आता या वाक्यात ह्या शब्दानंतर जेव्हा जेरंड किंवा इन्फिनिटिव्ह येतं तेव्हा त्याचा अर्थ थोडा बदलतो. ट्राय नॉट टू हर्ट युअर सेल्फ. आता इथं टू हर्ट इन्फिनिटिव्ह आहे, and you should try going to an Italian restaurant. आणि या ठिकाणी पण काय आहे, जेरंड वापरलेला आहे. सो गोइंग. लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट एक्झाम्पल. रिमेंबर टू फासन युअर सीट बेल्ट. टू फासन इज इन्फिनिटिव्ह. And remember, seeing you in high school, seeing is gerund form in the sentence. So I forgot to bring my luggage. To bring is infinitive form, and I will never forget seeing the beautiful scenery. Here seeing is the gerund form. Okay, let's move to the next slide. You need to buy a new car. The to buy हे काय infinitive form आहे. That car needs repairing. Here repairing is the gerund form. Okay, so I enjoy reading poems. Reading infinitive form, sorry gerund form. कारण या वाक्यामध्ये एन्जॉय हे काय आहे, तर एन्जॉय हे मेन वर्ब आहे आणि रीडिंग हे जेरंड फॉर्म आहे. Okay, let's see the next example. I like reading more than writing. So in this example we can see two gerunds. या वाक्यात दोन gerunds आहेत, reading आणि writing, आणि like is the main verb. Gardening is a science. या वाक्यात gardening हे काय आहे, gerund form आहे. He likes dancing more than singing. या वाक्यामध्ये डान्सिंग जेरंड आहे आणि सिंगिंग पण जेरंड फॉर्म आहे. ओके, सो चूज, लेट्स सी द अल्टरनेटिव्ह. चूज द करेक्ट अल्टरनेटिव्ह. शी अवॉइडेड डॅश डॅश टेल him about her plan. So here avoided is the verb and we have to use the correct form from the option. Tell or telling, tales or told. Yes, you are right. Good. B is the correct option. Telling is the correct answer. Yes, good. She avoided telling. So telling is the gerund form. Let's see the next example. I would like dash dash come to the, just a minute, due to the chat box I can, okay, come to the party with you. And the options are come, came, to come and coming. So I would like, yes, D, C option. You are right. I would like to come to the party with you. Okay, let's see next example. Choose the correct alternative. She kept dash dash talk during the film. So talking, talk, talked, and both A and B. Yes, so she kept talking. Talking is the correct option. Answer is talking. Next example. I am learning speak English, and we have to use the infinitive form in the given sentence. Good, your answer is correct. To speak is the correct answer. I am learning to speak English. Good. So let's see the next example. Choose the correct alternative. I don't want dash dash leave yet. And the first option is to leave. Second one is left. Third one is leaves. And fourth, both A and B. Yes, the correct option is to leave. I don't want to leave yet. So to leave हे infinitive form आहे, मग ते इथे उत्तर म्हणून बरोबर आहे. I promise dash dash help you tomorrow. I promise helping, to help, helps, and both A and B. So to help is the infinitive form and it is the answer. I promise to help you tomorrow. Next example. Choose the correct alternative. He decided study biology. He decided studying, study, to study, and studies. Yes, he decided to study biology. C is the correct answer. To study. या ठिकाणी हे infinitive form बरोबर येत आहे. Next example. We have finished cook. Come, let's, just a minute. Okay, come and eat. We have finished to cook. Cooks? Yes, cooking is the correct answer. Before the options, most of the students told the answer cooking. We have finished cooking. Come and eat. So D is the correct answer. Let's move to the next example. Choose the correct alternative. Do you mind dash dash giving me? Do you mind giving me a hand? Okay. Option giving, give, gives, and yes, the answer is giving. A is the correct answer. Do you mind giving me a hand? Next example, I would love come with you. So here, I would love, yes, you have given the option to come. I would love to come with you. To come is the correct answer. So next question, I like dash dash. I like swimming, I like swim, swims or swam. So first one is the correct answer. I like swimming because that is gerund form. They attended the program dash dash more, just a minute. More knowledge about the market. They attended the program and the options are get, getting, got, to get. Yes, D. D option is the correct option. They attended the program to get more knowledge about the market. Okay. Next example. Dot dot is better than fighting. Plants, planting trees, planted trees, and plant. So the correct option is B. Yes, planting trees is better than fighting. So planting trees is the subject and it is gerund. Next example, Naresh doesn't travel alone. He is afraid of it. And we have to connect these two sentences. Let's see the options. Okay. First option is Naresh is afraid to traveling alone. Second is Naresh is afraid of travel alone. C. Naresh is afraid of to travel alone. And fourth one, Naresh is afraid of traveling alone. So what do you think is the correct option? Yes, good, good. D, yes, you are right. D option is the correct option. And here, travel is the in gerund form of the verb. So answer is D. Naresh is afraid of traveling alone. So such kind of questions are asked in the examination. Smita likes singing, sings, and to sing. Choose two correct options. Here we have to choose two correct options. So remember, such kind of question may be asked in the examination. आपल्याला तुम्ही पाहिलं असेल 8वी स्कॉलरशिपला पण असा प्रश्न येतो. काही काही प्रश्नांना दोन दोन पर्याय विचारलेले असतात. दोन पर्याय विचारलेले असतात. येस, ऑप्शन B and option D are the correct options. त्यामुळे प्रश्न नीट वाचायचा. वर दिलेला आहे चूज टू करेक्ट अल्टरनेटिव्ह. मग जर आपल्याला दोन ऑप्शन्स विचारले असतील तर त्यामध्ये दोन उत्तर आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी OMR शीट वरती मार्क करायचं आहे दोन उत्तरांना त्या प्रश्नांच्या. ओके, बऱ्याचशा प्रश्नांना एकच असतं ऑप्शन, पण काही प्रश्न असे विचारले जाऊ शकतात की ज्या ठिकाणी दोन पर्याय दिले असतील. सो आन्सर इज स्मिता लाइक्स singing and Smita likes to sing. So option is singing and to sing. So let's see the next example. She performed well dot dot competition. Win, winning, for winning and won. Here also we have to choose two correct options. दोन options निवडायचे आहेत. So to win आणि for winning हे दोन पर्याय म्हणजे या ठिकाणी इन्फिनिटिव्ह आणि जेरंड दोन्ही पर्याय या ठिकाणी बरोबर येत आहेत. ओके, नाव If you have any doubt about gerund or infinitive, please you can contact me. And one more thing, so अगेन आय विल रिपीट, मराठीमध्ये एकदा सांगतो. इन्फिनिटिव्ह म्हणजे त्या वाक्यामध्ये टू बरोबर असणारं क्रियापदाचं मूळ रूप, आणि ते मूळ रूप हे कशा बरोबर येतं, टू बरोबर. ते ओळखायचं कसं, तर त्या वाक्यामध्ये दुसरं मुख्य क्रियापद असतं आणि दुसरं येतं इन्फिनिटिव्ह विदाउट टू. मग ते इन्फिनिटिव्ह फॉर्म कशा बरोबर येतं, मॉडल ऑक्झिलरी बरोबर. लेट, मेक आणि हेल्प या क्रियापदांबरोबर येतं इन्फिनिटिव्ह. पण आपल्याला परीक्षेमध्ये जनरली कुठल्या प्रकारचं विचारलं जातं, इन्फिनिटिव्ह विथ टू हे जास्त विचारलं जातं. पण आपल्या माहितीसाठी मी हे ते पण सांगितलंय. त्यानंतर जेरंड फॉर्म आपण आयएनजी फॉर्म वापरतोच प्रेझेंट कंटिन्युअस टेन्सवर, आणि पास्ट कंटिन्युअस आणि फ्युचर कंटिन्युअस मध्ये आपण आयएनजी फॉर्म वापरतो, V4, किंवा आपण त्याला प्रेझेंट पार्टिसिपल पण म्हणतो. आणि ते फॉर्म जेव्हा मेन वर्ब म्हणून फंक्शन करतं तेव्हा ते मेन वर्बच. पण ज्या वेळेस ते फॉर्म वाक्यामध्ये नाउन म्हणून फंक्शन करतं, आयएनजी फॉर्म असतं क्रियापदाचं, पण ते त्या वाक्यातलं काय असतं, नाउन असतं, आणि त्या वाक्यामध्ये दुसरं कोणतं तरी वर्ब असतो. त्याच्यामुळे आपल्याला लगेचच ओळखता येतं, जेरंड फॉर्म ओळखता येतो आणि इन्फिनिटिव्ह फॉर्म पण ओळखता येतो. आणि आपल्याला मग मेन वर्ब शोधला, मेन वर्ब जर दुसरा सापडला तर लगेचच आपल्याला त्या ठिकाणी जेरंड आणि इन्फिनिटिव्ह फॉर्म ओळखता येतो. ओके, आता आपण पुढचा टॉपिक बघूया की जो खूप महत्वाचा आहे आणि सोपा पण आहे. ओके, पहिली गोष्ट, ओ मी पीडीएफ पाठवणार आहे तुम्हाला. आय विल शुअरली सेंड द पीडीएफ कॉपी ऑफ दिस पीपीटी. सो क्लॉज, क्लॉज, मग आपल्याला ज्या वेळेस क्लॉज किंवा क्लॉजेस म्हणतो तर त्या क्लॉजचा सोपा अर्थ होतो सेंटेन्स. सेंटेन्स आपण पाहतो अगदी मराठीमध्ये सुद्धा, हिंदीमध्ये सुद्धा आणि इंग्रजीमध्ये सुद्धा एका वाक्यामध्ये कधी कधी एकापेक्षा जास्त वाक्य असतात. आले लक्षात? पण ते वाक्य, आता क्लॉज मधले वाक्य कसे ओळखायचे आणि त्यामध्ये काय वेगळेपण असतं, तर क्लॉज मधले हे जे वाक्य असतात ते सगळे वाक्य हे कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेन्सचे असतात. आणि जेव्हा आपल्याला कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेन्स करायला सांगितलं जातं तेव्हा त्या ठिकाणी आपण या क्लॉजच्या चार्ट मधले दिलेले शब्द आपण वापरायचे असतात, म्हणजे आपल्याला क्लॉज म्हणजे कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेन्स करता येतं. आता या ठिकाणी आपण बघूया क्लॉजचे या ठिकाणी. ओके, टुमॉरो टेस्ट आहे, हो आहे टेस्ट उद्याच्याला. या ठिकाणी क्लॉजचे दोन प्रकार पडतात. ते कशामुळं, तर त्या वाक्याच्या प्रकारामुळे. तुम्ही सिंपल, कॉम्प्लेक्स आणि कंपाऊंड सेंटेन्स शिकलेला आहात. मी परत एकदा रिपीट करतो, त्या क्लॉज मध्ये येणारे वाक्य असतात हे सगळे कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेन्सचे असतात. मग कसे वाक्य असतात, तर क्लॉजचे दोन प्रकार आहेत. एक आहे मेन क्लॉज, त्याला आपण म्हणतो मुख्य क्लॉज, मुख्य वाक्य. आणि दुसरा शब्द आहे इंडिपेंडंट क्लॉज, म्हणजे त्या वाक्याला दुसऱ्या इतर कुठल्याही शब्दाची गरज नसते. खाली एक्झाम्पल बघितलं आपण तर आपल्याला दिसेल, अर्पिता सॉ अ मॅन. अर्पिताने एक माणूस पाहिला, त्या ठिकाणी फुल स्टॉप जर मी दिला असता तर ते वाक्य कंप्लीट आहे, असं काहीच कमी नाहीये त्या वाक्यात. ओके, पण शेजारी आपण बघितलं दुसरा टाइप, सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉज. मग त्या सबऑर्डिनेट क्लॉजचं वैशिष्ट्य काय, किंवा त्याला दुसरं आपण म्हणतो डिपेंडंट क्लॉज, म्हणजे दुय्यम दर्जाचं वाक्य. हे वाक्य पॅरासाइट सारखं नेहमी दुसऱ्यावर अवलंबून असतं. दुसऱ्या वाक्याशिवाय या वाक्याचा मीनिंग कंप्लीट होऊ शकत नाही. वी कांट कंप्लीट दिस सेंटेन्स इज मीनिंगलेस विदाउट द मेन क्लॉज. आता या ठिकाणी मी दुसरंच वाक्य फक्त पाहिलं, हु वॉज व्हेरी टॉल. आता लक्षात घ्या, शेवटी क्वेश्चन मार्क नाहीये त्या ठिकाणी, होय ना, क्वेश्चन मार्क नाहीये. आणि त्याच्यामुळं क्वेश्चन मार्क नसल्यामुळे हा काही क्वेश्चन नाहीये, WH क्वेश्चन. त्या ठिकाणी काय आहे, तर फुल स्टॉप आहे. मग हु वॉज व्हेरी टॉल हे वाक्य आपल्याला इनकम्प्लीट वाटतं, कारण पहिलं वाक्य वेगळं आहे आणि हे दोन्ही वाक्य जर आपण जोडले तर आपल्याला समजेल की अर्पिता सॉ अ मॅन हू वॉज व्हेरी टॉल, की अर्पिताने एक माणूस पाहिला आणि तो माणूस खूप खूप उंच होता. म्हणजे क्लॉज मधले एक वाक्य असतं मेन क्लॉज आणि दुसरं वाक्य असतं सबऑर्डिनेट किंवा डिपेंडंट क्लॉज. ओके ओके, मॅथची लिंक आली आहे. आपण या ठिकाणी थांबूया. इथून पुढचा भाग आपण मग पुढच्या वेळेस घेऊया. ओके, थँक यू व्हेरी मच. इफ यू हॅव एनी डाऊट यू कॅन कॉन्टॅक्ट मी, प्लीज आस्क मी. ओके, so we will stop and we will end the meeting. Thank you very much.